Hi everyone, welcome to Wild Writing in the Time of Corona. And today is the 7th day in our cycle of doing poems each week, and it's day 350, and we're going to do something different. And I decided to do something that we've done before, but I think it's a really good way of writing poetry, so I thought I'd share it. So this is the Golden Shovel. Which comes from, it has its roots in an American poet called Gwendolyn Brooks, and was then, and she wrote a poem called We Real Cool. And then Terence Haynes made a poem with the lines of that poem, if that makes sense, and created a Golden Shovel poem. I think the idea is that there is something special at the end of each line. So how it works is you find a poem that you really like, or that you think will work, but one you really like is a good one to choose, and find a line or lines of the poem that particularly appeal to you. It might just be one line, it might be a very short line, it might be a couple of lines. And to give you an example, today I've chosen a poem that I like very much. It's a very early one. It's from the 17th century by a poet called George Herbert. And the poem is called Love. And it's about a dialogue that the poet imagines happening with love, if that makes sense. And the opening two lines of the poem go, "Love bade me welcome, yet my soul drew back, guilty of dust and sin." So those are the two lines I chose. I don't know why, because they're very tricky. And what you do when you've chosen the line or lines is you write, in order, you write the words down the side of your page. I'll just show you. So you can see there, love bade me welcome. Okay. And that forms the last word of each of your lines. So if you have 10 words, you have a 10-line poem. So I, funnily enough, had a 14 words. So I think technically this is going to be a sonnet. And because I attempted to write it in the iambic beat, which is da-dum, 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 five lots of da-dum, it's, I think, technically a sonnet. So your best bet is to find a poem you like, choose a line, write the words down, and then see what those words suggest to you. And that bit is probably the tricky bit. You can write quite disconnected thoughts if that works better for you, but basically that's the technique of the Golden Shovel, having something, I think, special at the end of the line, a special word that is not your own word. So this poem is quite unusual, I think, for the Wild Writing in the Time of Corona, because it's not particularly a cheerful one, and it focuses on feelings in the time of Corona. And usually I've tried to keep away from that, but this one is unusual. And to give you a little bit of context to it, it's based on a conversation that I had on a FaceTime call with my 3-year-old grandson. And as you will realise from the words that I've chosen, there isn't a terribly good match with words like guilty and sin and dust and soul when you're writing about a 3-year-old. But I had one of those conversations where it's lovely to have the conversation, and then inevitably at the end, I think you sense a separation. Just to explain, we live very far apart, and I haven't seen him for over a year. So anyway, this is my Golden Shovel sonnet, based on George Herbert's lines. Love bade me welcome, yet my soul drew back, guilty of dust and sin. So this is to my grandson. Sometimes I'm quite blindsided by your love, by tendernesses that your small heart bade me take. I feel you really long for me. Into your arms I know I am welcome. You're only 3 years old, my love, and yet Your little heart has kindness, my, oh my. With you, I feel such magic in my soul. I'm a mottled canvas, and you drew through all the years and paint. You took me back to days of innocence, never guilty. I'm reinvented with the wonder of joy that can blossom here amidst the dust. Though it's been a long year of FaceTimes, and still we are apart, wanting you's no sin. So that's my poem to my grandson, and just so that he can see when he's much, much older, there are some of the books that I love to read with him. So, rather a personal poem today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Do feel free to send me your Golden Shovel poems or to email if you have any queries. But until the next time, it's goodbye from me, and you have a good day. Bye-bye.